So which city is home to the tightest men? The answer is Newcastle.
First, though, are tight men a turn-off? In this age of equality, are women wrong to expect a bloke to dust down his wallet and whip out the cash every time they go on a date? According to Stella magazine, 92% of you girls expect their date to pay for everything, compared to just 9% of men. What equality? I've heard some fantastic stories of outrageous tightness by blokes. The rock star who made his date count out all her loose change and stack it in piles to pay for a pizza rather than eat into his own royalty checks. Class. Before the show, Kirsty was telling us about a night where she spent more time looking at the bill waiting for a date to pick it up than she did looking into his mean-spirited eyes. They ended up going Dutch. But that was the end of their brief romance. Another tragic tale from the house of Kirsty. But my favourite story came from another woman who works on this team. I know what you're thinking, guys. How can I handle working with so many women? I'll tell you later. Now, this one was thrilled when the bloke she fancied invited her over to his house for a home-cooked dinner date. Trouble was, when she got there, she was immediately sent to the supermarket to not only find the ingredients, but pay for them too. I like the guy's style. I wonder if he made her cook it too. Now, the stats tell us the majority of women, 68% in fact, find tight blokes a turn-off. Psychologists say it's because women look for security in a man. A fella who flashes the cash appears good mating material because he will be able to provide for any future offspring. So, Anthony, do you always pick up the bill?
Oh, I love this song. Right, OK,
No, is that the answer?
No, always,
yeah,
always get the bill.
Always
Get the bill. I'm one of them people. If I say to you, Matt, let's go for a drink.
All right,
I've
Anthony,
asked.
yeah, I'd love to.
It's you now. It's contagious. I would pay for you because I've asked you to come out for a date. Let's go. But if I don't, what I'm against is when you ask these, when you take a girl out for a date, if they don't offer, I would always pay. I always pick up the check. I'll always pay for the bill. I'm not being flash. I will just do it because I've been brought up in that. But if they don't offer. See you later. Yeah. If they don't offer, oh, I'll get this round in. Yeah. Oh, no, it's all right, babe, I'll do it. Yeah. I'll be like, do you know what? She's a proper woman. But if they expect, forget it. You ain't getting another phone call from me.
And also...
Yeah, I like that.
It's true, mate. It's like, if I'm with someone, I'm buying them... And my mate, he used to buy his missus flowers all the time. And when one day he didn't, he got a phone call, why didn't you buy me flowers today? He's like, oh, I haven't got the money. Well, you always buy me flowers on a... Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things of...
It's that thing in the survey where it says that they expect. That's what it is.
It's the word expect.
Doing that word expect. Yeah. I expect him to pay everything for me. Well, no, because you're both working. If you offer... Then
it's about
more
taking somebody for granted, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
The girl should offer, but the man should actually insist that he pays.
Exactly.
Why should he insist?
Yes, Scott, thank you for asking the sensible question.
Well, no, I think it's quite old-fashioned to say that they should... I mean, it's great for the girl to offer, but I don't like... It's quite old-fashioned to me that she may be earning as much as he is.
More.
Or more, and to me, it's saying that women aren't equal.
No, it's not. It's old-fashioned.
Yeah, old-fashioned. That's what I said.
Yeah, you want your cake. You want your cake, and you want to eat it. You want equality, and then you want us to pay for everything.
It's about being looked after.
It's being looked after, mate. It's having that security.
You can look after your man in other ways.
Who's going to look after me?
Yeah, but you're...
Me. I have to look after me.
Yeah, but you... I'm sure you make a great boyfriend because...
Oh, it's nice of you to say.
No, because, you know what I mean? You're one of them people that...
No complaints so far.
OK.
No.
I love this topic because...
Maybe a few.
What about tight women? Because when I used to go out with my mates and I was in the band and the band were doing well and I used to buy all the drinks, I used to get called Flash. Now, when I waited for my mates to go to the bar, I was tight. So where do you win? If I went to the bar 15 times and my mate went once... Oh, he's being flash with his money. That's why I've got hardly no mates anymore. I've got a handful of mates. No. I'm glad, because my old man used to say to me, if you can count your friends on one hand, you're doing well. And I used to be like, yeah, whatever, Dad. But this was before... When Blue started, I was paying for my mates' holidays. My mates used to come out and go, oh, do you know what, Ant? I forgot my wallet today, man. Oh, no worries, I'll get you a drink. And they expected it after a while.
It is fascinating, the expectation on men, isn't it? Let's throw it open to you. What do you know about tight men? Is there any such thing as a tight woman out there as well, Kirsty? Yeah, OK, right, good. Kirsty? Not like that, financially speaking. But it's hard work. Kirsty, sorry.
Eric. We have Catherine on line 1.
Order, please. Catherine, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Matthew.
What do you know about tight men, Catherine?
Well, I went on I won't say a date, but I went out with my ex-husband last week.
Right.
And he asked me if I wanted a drink. And I said, oh, yes, I'll have a lemonade, please. And he came back with 1 lemonade and said, I thought we could share this.
Oh, my God. Is this geezer having a laugh?
So, what was it that made you split up with your ex-husband, Catherine?
Exactly. I mean, he's got long hair and it's quite nice, but he doesn't keep it up.
The hair. Right.
And
we've got Jeremy Carr's cast-offs with us today. Sorry, Catherine.
Go to the hairdresser.
Shut up. Sorry. Go on. Say again. Say again, Catherine.
Basically, I think it's too tight to go to the hairdressers to keep it looking nice.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what they say, never go back. That's the solution there, Catherine. And next time someone asks you for a drink, make sure it's champagne with the ex-husband, not a lemonade. Thank you for the call. Let's have another.
We have Anne, and she's on line 3.
Anne, good morning.
Hello.
Morning. Tight men, do you know any?
One very, very long time ago, but I guess I'm a bit old-fashioned. I think that guys should always pay, especially on the first date.
Why?
Because we've got this air of equality, which is what we wanted.
Right.
And the thing is, but I think men are the hunters, and I think if you're too upfront with everything as a woman, if you're too open, I think you lose their interest. I think men love mystique. I think men really love a chase. And I have never paid on a first date.
On a
maybe
first
offered
date?
maybe on a second or third, but never ever on the first date.
What's that number?
Whether or not it's... I'm still with Scott. I think it is very difficult to square. It's a nice romantic idea that the bloke pays on the first date, and it is romantic. It's the same as opening doors for ladies and letting ladies walk first into the room, which is something I do, but fundamentally, I think Scott is right. It is
It's not about
sexist.
men being... This is not what I'm saying about men being tight, because I think that it should be equal.
I agree.
People should pay. But why do they have to pay for the first date? What's that all about?
Anne, there we go. Food for thought. Thank you for the call. Let's have another.
We have Tom, and he's on line 2.
Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
Tim, good morning, Tim.
Morning. Matthew, you're right, yeah?
I'm very well, thank you. What do you know about tight men, Tim?
Well, basically, I'm not saying I'm a tight man.
Right.
I personally think it's equal rights, you know what I mean? Because women, for so many years, have struggled to get, equal pay. They struggle to get equal opportunities in work. So, if I'm going out with a lady and we're having both a good time, I don't see why I can't, slide a chick to your side.
OK, now,
you know
Tim...
what I mean? Without looking like a tight man.
Tim, OK, so, you've had your meal, OK?
Mm-hmm.
The bill arrives. What happens next?
Well, personally, yeah, I would actually pay for the bill. I can't even front. But, I mean, idealistically, I don't see what's the problem of, me passing the bill to the lady's side. Without me looking like a tightwad. Because, like I said, yeah, women strive for so long to get equal pays at all the other aspects in life. Why not that whole little, the whole dinner thing?
This is Scott's point. I'm kind of with him. I'm kind of with you. I just think it's that moment, like you said, the bill arrives, the chances are you'll pick it up anyway. I just can't imagine on a first date the bill arrives and saying, well, it's been great fun. Thanks very much, darling. I just can't imagine it.
I remember going for company meals in different shows I did, and, some would earn less than... But it was that whole... Right, OK, you had one...
Yeah, but I didn't have the mango starter.
There's £3.33 and there's £5.
Yeah, but the mango... No, the mango starter was 7p more expensive. So
I can't
didn't have
stand that. I cannot stand that. It's like, round things off. If it's £6, give 7.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so show some generosity of spirit. It's very interesting. I mean, we keep talking about tight-fisted men. It's not... And it's almost a cliché you hear mean men. But what about mean women? Thank you for the call, Tim. Let's have another.
We have Sarah, and she's on line 4.
Sarah, good morning.
Hello.
Do you know any mean women? There you go. That's a trick question rather than men. Do you know any mean women?
I know quite a lot of mean women, but it's not tight women, they're gold diggers.
Really?
What?
Right.
Yeah, because men can't be tight, but women are all right to be gold diggers, as long as they're giving it up to their man.
Well, yeah, it is. OK, yes. Dear.
I suppose it's a very quick way of telling whether or not a man is worth pursuing, isn't it? If he picks up the bill.
That's a cynical...
But isn't that how we're programmed? I mean, we were programmed to find the best of the species, aren't we? And if he's too tight to pay for it, then frankly, he's not really worth pursuing.
On my show recently, we had a lot of girls calling in and texting in who just go out to bars and sit there and wait for blokes to buy them drinks all night.
That's wrong, mate. That's wrong, because I've been there. You're right, Scotty, you're right there, mate, because I've seen it happen. I've seen girls float around.
Surely they're not after free drinks. What they're after is the right man, isn't it?
No,
they're just after
girls
drinks.
that go out especially and they float a room.
Yeah.
They float a room and they're the hunters, and you're thinking, you're just wrong.
Different world, Anne, isn't it?
That's
It does happen.
exactly where Scotty's coming from there.
Yeah. So all these gold diggers, Sarah, where do they live? Thank you. Now then, after the ads,